Okay, guys, back for another series, actually a new game. It's called Diablo 1. And yeah, I played it last. Well, it's not entirely true, but I played it mainly like 6 years ago, and I have almost 235 hours completed playtime. The sort of launcher where I'm playing at is called GOG, or it stands for Good Old Games, and it's pretty much old games that are restored. This game is from 1996 slash 1997, but yeah, so it's pretty much 28 years old. Quite an old timer, really. I'm just gonna push play here and show you how you sort of get it going. It's a little bit clumsy with the recording and all because it's such an old game and with this launcher and stuff, but I'm gonna try to do it as tolerable as possible. So you can play this game in LAN only and high resolution support, which I'm gonna do because I don't need Battle.net even if they reinvented it and there weren't any bugs and stuff. I am gonna play the other version here. You can play it with Battle.net support and the original sort of graphics. So the games are pretty much the same, except the version that I'm gonna pick. It's gonna have a little nicer graphic, and that won't hurt in an old game like this. And it's gonna be LAN only, but it's the multiplayer version as well. I'm not gonna bother with the single player version. It's sort of capped out pretty fast. I don't remember your player level, but in multiplayer you can become level 50, which is capped, which will take a really long time, but that's another story. So what I do, and this would sort of be how the original Diablo looked as well, so it's not like it's that big a difference. I'm gonna go multiplayer and then IPX network. There are 3 different classes. Rogue is an archer. Is not the rogue in the sort of World of Warcraft version. Well, she doesn't necessarily have to be an archer, but that's a sort of setup. And then sorcerer or mage, as I would call it, is my pick of the day. I'm just gonna use my usual player name, and there are 3 different settings. You can only start at normal when you start out with a new character. If I try to go nightmare, it says you have to be sort of more experienced, but it's not possible to enter before you're level 20, and even that will be way too early. You won't last long. Hell, you'll have to be level 30. So up to normal. And we start out in town here. So pretty straightforward controls. I use my left mouse, it's the cursor here, the glove here, to where I want to go. And if I wanted to put some spells, which you cannot cast in town, I'm just going to press S. It's the hotkey for sort of organizing your spells, or get your spells sort of so you can pick whatever you have. And eventually you'll have almost a full screen if you survive long enough. If I were to say shoot what is this, firebolt? Yeah, at Cain, I would sort of right click on.
I cannot cast that here.
My character goes, I cannot cast that here because he can't. Anyway, I'm just going to introduce the people in the town. It's not that big and there's no map over.
Hello, my friend.
So Cain
Stay
here
a
will
while and
identify items for you, and anyone that has played a later version of Diablo is familiar with Cain. We got the blacksmith here.
What can I do for you?
You can buy and sell items, including the ones you find in the dungeon, to him, and repair your items as well. Then you got Pepin the healer down here.
What ails you, my friend?
You can receive 1 free healing, but other than that, you can buy mainly healing items. And then up here to my left, it's a fairly long march. You can visit. By the way, here's an innkeeper. It's only for chatter. There's no sort of, you could say, value to him with in-game items and stuff anyway. But over to my left, far left, sort of, there is a word, the pig-legged boy, which is also pretty much familiar to most Diablo players. He will have some exotic items you can buy.
I sense a soul
if you're
in
lucky.
search of answers.
Most of what he sells is crap, actually. But Adria here, is the witch,
I
and
sense a
she
soul
is
in
a
search of
sorcerer, as it's
answers.
called, main friend. You can restock your mana, and there are 2 basic mana pots. You got normal mana, it's what I have down here. It will recover about half, maybe a little less, symbolized by the blue bottle here. And then you have a full mana, which will always fill up, no matter sort of how much mana you have. The other glass here symbolizes your health, and if it reaches 0, you die. So that's pretty straightforward, at least. So, by the way, there are some cows here, and you can do some interaction. And now that I'm here, I can tell you that back in the day, because you could interact with these cows, there was some sort of myth coming up that there was a secret cow level if you push these cows in a certain order or a lot of times. And hence that how Blizzard actually made the secret cow level eventually. It comes from this very area, actually. So this is the, now that I'm passing it, is down to the catacombs. It's sort of the second, there are sort of four areas, main areas of dungeon, and it goes through the whole game. So the first 4 are where we go down now. I cannot go down here, I don't think so
I
anyway.
cannot get there from
I
here.
have to be at least level 8. But the first area is in, I think it's called Cathedral up here, or it's a church-like environment. And the second area is here in the catacombs. We have the third items over by, they're called caves, over by Peg the, not Peg but Word, the peg-legged boy. And they're called caves. It's the third area, and the fourth area is hell. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna show you, because then we have a full tour of the town and whatever in it. So I'm just gonna show you the third area first, and the famous peg-legged boy. So we have caves. Here is the third area. I'm just gonna push it.
I cannot get there
I
from
have
here.
to be at least level 13, and trust me, you have no business really being down there as level 13. I don't think so anyway. But just like in World of Warcraft, it's possible to rush things if you wanted to. I definitely do not want that. I don't feel like playing like that anyway. Word here can sell you an
Over
item.
here.
Yeah, that's great. I think I actually just spent... No, I didn't do that. But eventually he will take at least, I think, 50 gold for just letting you look at his items. So, yeah, I thought for a second I spent the only gold I had, and it would have been alright. I probably would have survived anyway. Finally, we got down to hell, and we can... which is the fourth area.
I cannot get there from
I
here.
have to be at least level 17, and again, trust me, you got no business there, going down there at that level. So, Sorcerer, classic glass cannon, at least for starters, you could say, but we're gonna build up the sky nice and slowly, and to be honest, I just came from a level 60 death in hardcore, and you know what, I think I'm gonna continue that, but as you cannot play hardcore, well, I'm not gonna die as level 60, but I'm gonna try to survive as long as I can. But I plan to actually delete this character if I die. I like the thrill of it, and it just gives me the spark of playing PC games. Not all games, but games like these, if you... if there's something at stake, you could say. So if this guy dies, he's dead. I will say one thing though, and there's no sort of flask of petrification as there is in WoW, but there are areas in the game where you will be surrounded and get almost killed instantly. So you have like 2-3 seconds to react or something like that, and I will use that even though I sort of played hardcore. It will be pretty much the same as if you have played World of Warcraft hardcore, to take a petrification flask and then Alt F4, meaning get out. But it's an option to sort of get out of a game, and it's simply just escape and then quit Diablo. If you make it, because sometimes if you make a mistake or if you get surprised by mobs that are hidden, you can be surrounded and killed in no time. There are other ways to screw it up so you'll die, but yeah, that's... Yeah, that was just an example. Anyway, about my character here. Start out as level 1, experience 0, gain 2000 experience to become level 2. When I become level 2, I will have 5 sort of stat points to use. Vitality for hit points, dexterity for I think it's ranged attack, and maybe some to hit as well, and little armor. Magic will increase your mana pool and make it the higher magic, the higher sort of spell books you can read if you find any or buy any. They're pretty expensive though, so you have to rely on finding them initially. And then strength will give you possibility to carry heavier items. And I think mage will eventually top tier be able to wear a light plate. So yeah, he's not sort of strict to cloth, just like in World of Warcraft. My gold pool, my current armor class, my chance to hit, and by hit we are talking melee, and yes, mages can actually melee. It's very slow and very sorry damage, but it's possible. Current life 30, mana pool 70, current resists against magic, fire and lightning, all 0. So he's definitely sort of geared with the worst sort of crap in game, sort of. So I got my gold here, and I got a short staff of charge bolt, and mage is born with the... oh yeah, and I can take the slots first. So you got a head slot, an amulet slot, a chest slot, and 2 ring slots. And then I think, yeah, you can mage as well can use, say, a sword and a shield, for instance, if that what you wanted to. You could even equip maybe a 2-handed sword, I think, if you had the strength to carry it. So there are no restrictions like that, like if, say, you compare with World of Warcraft, where you just simply cannot equip a 2-handed sword due to your class. So spells, my current spells are, I have the spell that I'm sort of born with, Staff Recharge. So the current staff I have now is, it has 40 charges of Charge Bolt. It's not a favorite spell, but I'll show you down there in the dungeon how it works. Yeah. Further, I have, I'm born with a Firebolt level 2, and yeah, that's it. The Charge Bolt comes from the staff. Let's see what else we got. Or I can set up my spells, really. So if I click S, that's hotkey for my current spells, or spells options anyway. I'll have my Firebolt spell that I'm born with. I'm gonna put it as F5. And I got, let's see, Charge Bolt F6, and then I'm gonna put the recharge the staff at F8. So eventually, when I've used all 40 sort of charges from the staff, and it says so in the sort of text over here, then I can sort of recharge the staff. It's not that you can do that indefinitely, because when you recharge a staff, you will sort of lose half of the staff's durability. So next time I can only recharge 20, and then 10, and then 5, and then it's pretty much worthless, the staff. But it's a good sort of booster in the beginning here. And yeah. So I'm born with 2 mana pots, and it's definitely gonna be my primary, my primary sort of flask in the belt here. But Sorcerer is definitely a glass cannon in the sense that you need to rely on your mana pool both for health and that's magic. I mean, so you need to rely on this for your damage as well as your hit points. So like that, you sort of remind a little bit of a warlock, where you have a sort of combined pool. Yes, you have your hit points as well, but they are so low that you don't want them, if possible, to be touched at all. It's unavoidable in the beginning here, but later you will find scrolls. It's pieces of paper where you can sort of make a mana shield. That means that all damage will be taken from your mana pool first, before it takes from your hit points. It'll be showed by sort of a golden bubble on top of your head. And each time you go up and down a level, say in a dungeon or up to town, it will disappear and you'll have to recast the mana shield. Eventually you can get the mana shield as a book, and it's one of your most important spells, if not the most important spell. But eventually you can get it as a book, and you can cast it anytime you have enough mana, just not in town like any other spell. I think you're able to heal yourself and heal others. It's a spell as well, but that's the only spell that you can use up here in town. So a defensive spell only. This guy.
Please listen to me.
Yeah, we're not gonna listen to him. But he's part of a single-player quest, and you cannot solve this quest in town. So let's get down to business. I just push tab, and you'll get a map, and it's very sort of valuable. It will show you what you have explored on the current level of this area. This symbolizes the stairs, and this symbolizes the closed door. And I'll explain as we go on. Further, you're not completely sort of shown everything on the map, so there could be, say, a chest in a corner that's a bit hard to see, etc. I'm just gonna shift to... What I normally do is that I use my mana, and doorways, by the way, are very good to fight in. I'm sure that I'll only get one mob hitting at me at a time. Further, mobs can be a little bit annoying, like this, when he's sort of walking. He's coming like this with this sort of funny angle. They can be a bit hard to hit, and you might have to use a lot of mana in order to kill the mob. But I'm a great fan of getting the mobs up here to the doorway. So I lost the other guy. These guys will typically run away when some other mob is killed. But what you want to do for almost 100% hit is have the mob coming to you in a straight line. The mobs are... they get aggro due to your light radius. As you can see, when I'm wandering around here, the light will sort of transfer with my character. So I think the guy, the goalish guy here before, I lost aggro from him. And now I sort of got it back because he's following the light, you could say. I am the light. Yeah. So, down you go, bro. So we have secured sort of the next room now, you could say. And I'm just gonna click the door here. And lots of business, I guess. And here's a scroll. It's a scroll of healing. Sure, it's fine. It'll give me, I think, maybe half my hit points back if I take any damage. And then there's a bookcase here. Very, very not so nice, maybe. Sure, it's a spell book, and reading spell books will actually give you a little extra mana. We can see how much actually. Our mana pool now is 16. And it gave me 5 extra mana. So I do now have an extra spell, but it's heal other, I think. Oh, just have to... inside my spellbook here, heal other. I'm never gonna use that because I'm gonna play, even though this is multiplayer, I tend to play solo. So there's no need to put the spell in my sort of hotkeys or anything. And by the way, the spells, this is sort of the power of them, you could say. Besides this one, I won't evaluate the staff recharge skill, but there's sort of level 1 spells, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And it goes without saying that in the end you'll primarily be using level 3 and 4 spells. It's not spells you're gonna find here, that will come somewhat later. I'll just have to sip some of my brown mana, my coffee, just a second. I'm talking so much here in this first episode because there's so much to explain, but eventually the game will become nice and simple, you could say. Yeah, kill some mobs, don't die, and get some experience, and we are currently at 543 experience. So, opening a big area here and expecting a lot of aggro didn't come. So what I would have done if there were a lot of mobs coming to me is that I would run to the doorway again. Found our first item, it's a white item. And it's just for selling for now. I have no idea how much this will give me. Maybe probably like 5 gold or something. Oh, and as you can see there was a mana pot just lying here on the floor. So sometimes items, even a little gold and maybe even sort of rarer items could be lying on the ground. So it's not like you're sort of spoon-fed every item in the game. Another chest. And this is a healing pot. It'll give me about, I don't know, less than the warrior. The warrior will typically get half his hit points, but mage not so much. I think it's a percentage of your total hit points. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it for now. I have 2 healings and 3 manas. But in order to be sort of economical with my mana, I'm gonna try to use it fully before I sort of resupply. And by the way, when you eventually get a level, when I reach 2000 experience, you get full health and mana. So if you can time that in the beginning here, it's a bonus, of course. When I run out of mana and just did that, I'm gonna use my hotkey here and then use my charge, my staff of charge bolt. It's sort of a freebie that the staff I was born with. And the damage is, I think it's less, well, it is less than the firebolt, so I have to, I must expect that I won't one-shot the mobs always, as I did with the firebolt so far. Eventually you're not gonna one-shot everything, far from it actually. I haven't really been hit yet, so this looks fairly easy. And if you don't like the settings that it's so dark, you can actually put up the brightness a bit if you want to. For now, I prefer that it's fairly dark. I sort of like the original vibe of it. I found a Scroll of Inferno. It's an offensive spell. Yeah, I'm not going to use it. You can get it as a book as well. It's a flame that will sort of come out for your character. It's not a very good spell. It's low damage and it's hard to control against a mob, I think. So I'm gonna rely on my staff here with its an additional 27 charges. The area that I'm in here, I think it's called Cathedral or Church or something. Odd that I don't remember because I played the game quite a bit, like 3 years ago or more. Good thing here about this. Oh, and I actually got a level from a mob that I couldn't see, but that was what I was about to say. It's good thing about this spell is that it's it sort of spreads out. So if you miss a mob, you might actually hit another mob somewhere. So I'm gonna shift back to my sort of the spell that I'm born with, my firebolt spell. And here you can see this guy, he was sort of dodging it because he was in this sort of not straight line. Anyway, level up, so I'm just gonna... Well, there's 2 ways to access it. I could click C and get my stats, or will do the same. So as you can see now, I'm at 72 mana. I'm actually at 60 because I use a little of it, but 72 mana, and I'm using all in magic here. And that gave me, yeah, 2 mana per magic. So my mana pool has increased from 72 to 82. And that's just big every time. Level 1 here is... Yeah, well, you can die at level 1, no problem, that's for sure. But the mobs, as you can see, most of them will sort of get one-shotted. So it's fairly easy, but as soon as we get down to level 2, things will change pretty fast, and all of a sudden we'll get archers and whatnot. And Sorcerer here does not like ranged attacks at all. Actually, he doesn't like any attacks. So I got a massive pool of mobs here, so I'm gonna switch to the sort of AoE spell that I have. Namely the staff that I got here, and I got a full healing pot as well, not to mention a cap. And I actually find that... Oh. Get my single fire here. So I got an armor, terrible armor, 5... Yeah, well, it's better than nothing. 5 armor and the durability, and every item has durability, as you can see. Besides scrolls and stuff, but items that you can equip. Not completely true though, because amulets and rings do not have. But in the other 3 slots here, all the items have meaning. Well, in the main hand, offhand, chest, and head piece, all the items will have durability. The blacksmith can repair them. The warrior has his sort of born spell is repair, but it has the same effect as this one, where you will get a diminished total durability. So even the warrior does not want to use it on items that he intends to keep, because durability will mean quite a lot later in game. You take it when you get there. By the way, it's a good idea not to sort of bang the drums here when there are mobs near, because they will sometimes be loaded with an explosion and they hurt a lot. You'll see eventually, and you don't want a mob on top then hitting on you. No need for that. Just to show you how bad this guy actually is in melee. And it's only fair, not... I'm not dissing my own character here because it's it's a poor mage. So back to my staff here. And we are down to 10 charges still. It's good to keep an eye on that, how many charges I have left. I'm gonna run out, and when... By the way, this was trapped. I could hear an arrow flying, and it's another sort of trap. So there's this sort of fire trap that seems like an explosion, or you can get this sort of arrow that you can hear. When I run out of charges, which I will really soon, I'm gonna have to recharge. That meaning use my hotkey for recharge, which is... Yeah, it sounds like retard, but it's actually recharge. There we go. As you can see, there's no spell now, and that's because I ran out. So I'm gonna equip my recharge spell button. Right click, and then as you can see, it says 0.40. When I recharge it, it's not half, but almost. It says 26. So I got 26 charges again on the staff, which makes it quite valuable still, and definitely an item you should use in the beginning here as Sorcerer. It's a lot of free kills, a lot of free experience. And as you can see here, this is sort of a crappy mob, level 1 mob, how much damage you're actually taking as a Sorcerer. So yeah, keep that in mind. You are squishy as... I'm not gonna say the F word, but something like that. Fortunately, these mobs have a little hard time hitting, so even though if they get close to you, there's actually a chance that they won't hit you. Okay, it seems I missed out something down. Well, there's something up here, and let's see how many hit points we got. Yeah, he almost took half my life. Well, he took 11 out of 31 hit points. So if I can get hit again, I'm gonna sort of run away. So I actually got a level. I'm shifting to my fireball, not fireball, definitely not fireball, it's firebolt. And it has to do with, pretty much conserving my mana. I'm gonna go up in magic again. And you could say, of course, why I know you're not going up in vitality if you are this squishy. Magic is your main stat, and everything else is not entirely unneeded. I would say that, but magic is just so important that...
Where would I put this?
You just have to... as I said, the way Sorcerer are sort of is built up in this game, you have to play him if you want to be successful anyway as a lock, meaning that you have your hit points as well as your your offensive and your defensive sort of strength is it's all set in mana.
Where would I put this?
And in order to get more mana, there's only one way. Then you have to... Just gonna equip this instead of this, and then I can throw it the other way. We got company. There we go. So yeah, you have to set... you simply... If you want to be successful in this game, even though it's really tough in the beginning, because you're sort of missing out on the hit points that you probably should have made a level or two, but as soon as you find this scroll of mana shield, or the book. Later, I think maybe probably in Catacombs you should be able to find the book of mana shield. It's not that rare. Otherwise, you can buy it by the witch area up from town. It's not. I'm not hitting too much right now. Okay, I'm out of mana again, so I'm shifting to my staff here with the rechargeable. Yeah, what was it? Charge bolt. Was a straggler here? Yes, thank you. Eventually, when I run out of charges, and I will on the staff, then I'm gonna start using my my mana sort of reserve that I've found so far. Yeah, I was about to corner myself there, so I moved up here, and I would say one thing that's pretty much like World of Warcraft hardcore is that an escape route is always a good thing, if it's possible. Hello guys. Okay, impressive. This sort of just missed everything. So I'm gonna make some distance because I need a second to cast my recharge. Then I'm gonna charge the staff and I'm ready to fight again. Come here, bro. Let's see if we can melee this guy. There we go. He did get hit once, so I knew he would be a bit squishy what was left of him. Oh, and by the way, about my microphone, this is for people that have been following my World of Warcraft adventure. It's still screwed, and yeah, I can make this video, but I actually have to talk pretty loud, which is a little bit annoying, in order for you just to get this kind of volume. And the microphone is turned up completely. It's rødes or red, as the English-speaking people say, setup, and it's very nice microphone compared to what I had before, where you see some of my starter videos where I just have my headset. The sound is awful. You can't really hear much, even though it's turned up as well. Oh, that was a book. And I just have to remember there's a book, because it won't sort of light up. There's no sort of freebie, you could say, that the book will sort of glow for you so you can pick it up easily. You have to find it up here. There it is. Book of Holy Bolt. Book of Holy Bolt is a very, very nice find because it's additional damage against skeletons. Or undead, really. So ghoulish, like well, not true. I was about to say non-blood creatures, but it's not entirely true, because it's against skeletons and sort of ghouls, but sort of, yeah, unholy mobs, you could really say. So I'm just gonna show you. It's class 1, the lowest tier still of my spells, but I'm just gonna put it in my rotation. So I got, let's see, I got the Firebolt that I was born with, and then I'm gonna still keep my, I think I'm gonna go F7. I think I'm gonna do it like this. So I have my Firebolt, my Holy Bolt, and my Charge Bolt, and if I need to recharge my the only reason why I have this Charge Bolt is due to my staff, as I've mentioned before, the one I have equipped here. I found a staff of Heal Other. It's pretty useless except for selling, and the reason why I'm running around with all this crap so far is that it's just for making a few gold when I eventually go to town. Ouch.
I have no room.
So I'm just gonna drop this item in order to get the Falcon. A Falcon is a decent sword. I won't have the reason why they're red, by the way, is because I haven't got the strength to carry them. 17 strength and 30 strength. and I have 15 at the moment. I'm not going up in strength unless I found a sort of an item that I really would like to equip. And yeah, I'm not that fond of sort of getting close to the mobs now with half my hit points, but as long as there's no range, I guess I can get away from there. By the way, eventually when I start to get hit by the mobs, I have to recharge again now. You'll see that there's a stun effect. I got a little mana from reading the Holy Bolt book, by the way. I might as well use that. There we go. In your face, pal. So, when you get hit by the mob, you will typically get stunned, and you're sort of stuck there. The warrior has a better sort of recovery from that, but mage is, mage does not like to be hit on for sure. I'm using a lot of my hit points, and I'm getting, I'm sort of getting locked in place, you could say. There we go. So, and let's see, we got charges, 8 charges left currently on my staff. Did hurt, but less. See, I still got fairly far to go in order to get a level up and then full hit points again. So I'm gonna use the scroll of healing. Could use some space here anyway. But as you can see, I'm trying to be very conservative with my sort of hold back on my spending my mana and stuff, in order for it to last as long as possible. The staff is a little unreliable because all of a sudden you run out, and I'm not following all the time how many charges I have left. So there we go. Let's see, 1 charge left. Yeah. So recharging again. What I'm actually trying to achieve here in order to conserve my mana and stuff is to hopefully be able to do the first 4 levels, including the bosses that are there. I can't sort of promise that I can do it. It's gonna get really rough. There's actually a decent chance I'm gonna die there, but I'm gonna do an honest attempt. Ouch. Just gonna melee a few just for the fun of it. And the blood fountain here is, it's, by the way, there are a lot of stuff you can interact with as we get sort of further and further down the dungeon. And the blood fountain here you can always use any class. Each time you click on the fountain, you'll get 1 additional hit point shown here in the glass with your life. And as well, as you can see, I got up to full life. I can always go back and use it, so it's like a free health pot on the ground, you could say, that you cannot empty it really. Not that I know of anyway. So yeah, it's decent find and more gold. Was there anything down there? Nope. Okay, so what I wanted to do here is, or my goal you could say, is clear the first 4 levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna clear them fully. And by the way, I can sort of check out the map with the arrow keys here, and I can see that I'm missing something over here. So I have to go back down south. Another thing is that, I did find the exit to level 2. It's this one symbolized by this. And I just know that instinctively because there are never sort of stairs, from what I recall, in the middle of nowhere, unless it's a up or a down stair, you could say. Good night. How do we get over here? I have to get down this way, I think. Yeah. Fine, I'm gonna have some coffee. Just gonna move my coffee over to the other side, because then I can handle it while still walking the walk here. So here's the exit to level 2, but I'm gonna do a full clear. I pretty much need the experience anyway, so no shame in doing a few sort of mobs around level. I don't know what level these mobs are, but I can imagine they are like... There we go. They are level 1, 2. About the same level as myself. Switching back to Firebolt. We've got a zombie. And yeah, just gonna go up in, you guessed it, magic again. There we go. So there's a door over here, symbolized by this icon, and it's probably full of mobs. I'm a little tempted to use this just for the AoE effect, you could say. Now that I have a little peace and quiet, I'm just gonna recharge. And we're down to 4 charges left. I think I'm just gonna burn them here because, I mean, use them. I could use the space, and 4 charges is not a lot. Next time I'm gonna get 1 or 2 charges. Oh, lots of mobs here. Okay, 1 more recharge, only because I got all these mobs. So I'm down to 2 charges left. Oh, and we actually found a magic club. So I'm just gonna... no, I'm not even gonna use that, I think. I actually think I'm gonna use the club and the shield here. And this was the staff that I just dropped. So let's pick up the gold and more gold. And no chests or anything lying on the ground. Yeah, and now at the moment I have an magical club. I'm pretty sure it's completely crappy. It's like +1 strength or something like that I don't really need. But I'm just gonna equip sort of the best items that I can find in order to, when I eventually go up to town, I can sort of sell some stuff. Get a little extra money, and we got a scroll of healing. So these mobs are sort of adequately stupid that they try to get me. Oh, yeah, they could walk around, or maybe they're locked in due to all these barrels, but it's easier for me to just take them here through the doorway as they will come one by one. The skeletons, it's a good thing to know the nature of the mobs as well. The skeletons will never sort of run away. They're never afraid, you could say. But the small guys here, the goblins or whatever you want to call them, they tend to run away if any mob get killed close to them. And it's actually felt now that I'm using a mace. Mace is particularly good versus undead. So especially the skeletons and... oh, there was a healing pot there as well, just lying around here. Yeah, the mace has additional damage against undead. So with my current setup, this seems pretty nice actually. That, you know, I need some more space here. I'm gonna run out really soon. And what I could do, actually, it might be smart, is that I'm gonna go up to town now. And I'm just gonna sell, because the town is so close. Normally I'll just go down, but you know what? I got the town right next to me here. I'm just gonna sell all my loot. Sure, I could keep the mace, and I'm not even gonna identify it because I know it's crap. Kane in the center of town, the one we sort of got introduced to in the beginning, he will identify it for me for 100 gold. And yeah, I know instinctively that it's not worth it. You have to get further down in order to get some decent loot.
Hello, my friend.
If you wanted
Stay
to
a while
identify, you
and
could just
listen.
have him identify for 100 gold. It doesn't matter if it's insane item that you drop from some kind of boss below, or if it's the worst kind of crap that you got from a random mob here, it's always 100 gold. It's a lot of money.
What can I do for you?
Now. So I'm gonna sell. Bow, we can see what actually stuff's bringing in. Saber will give me 42. 62 from that sword, and then maybe I wanna
Whoa! What
now
can
that
I do
I'm
for
here,
you?
maybe see if I can buy some kind of basic item. Yeah, it's hardly worth it. And it's not a lot I can use really, so I think I'm gonna equip this one. The current armor that I have is 5 armor, and there's a 7 armor here, so 2 extra armor. Armor class works like the higher amount you have. I think the less damage you take. Maybe even, I'm not sure, maybe mobs have smaller chance to hit you on top. But I'm gonna sell.
Whoa! What can I do for you?
This 2 gold cape here, and then I'm gonna repair the one that I actually have. It's a good thing that I can actually show you how. So I'm gonna spend 5 gold to repair my hat, 5 gold to repair. I can repair my the shield as well, or buckler as it's called. Sorry. And I'm gonna go up to the witch here and then sell some of the scrolls stuff as well. Now that I'm here, I'm mainly doing this to just scrape a few gold together, in order for me to maybe be able to buy something after the first 4 levels here, maybe even before if I get up to town.
I sense a
So
soul
let's
in
see, the
search
witch
of
will,
answers.
she wants to buy any kind of sort of magic you have, where the blacksmith is more like into, he only wants to buy sort of physical items, you could say, like an axe or a shield or an armor or whatever. Staff 100 gold, fine. Mana and stuff, yeah. I can sell some of my healings, actually I don't need all of them. At least I hope not. I'm gonna find new ones, so yeah, I might as well sell as much as possible. So, there we go. Let's see, how does inventory look? It's another scroll of healing.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
And then we're done. There we go. 12 gold for this. So, that's it, guys. I could go to Pepin the Healer. I'm just gonna show you, because I'm pretty much close to showed you all, or most that there is to show in town, really. Pepin the Healer will give you a free healing. And yeah, these 10 hit points that are missing, I might as well get them for free. So you simply talk to him and then receive healing.
What ails you, my friend?
Bingo, that's it. The witch will not give you sort of free mana though. Cheap. No, it's only fair, but that's how it is. That's how the game is. So, down to the dungeon again. And we are now the proud owner of the first level in the first area cleared, and we are level 4. Only 46 levels to go. How hard can it be? Yeah, that was the irony, because this game is gonna get tough, I tell you later on, but you'll see. Yeah, so what I'm going for here is the exit, of course. And when you start here in a new area, again, you have to realize that the mobs are going for your light radius. So every time you move, there's a risk that a mob that was standing here, for instance, will get sort of aggro from your light radius. So just like in hardcore World of Warcraft, you have an escape path. Try to have that at least. And I can see there's a door here. Later, some of the mobs will be able to open the doors, but as it is now, they will not. It looks like it's sort of sealed off, and I can't see any mobs. There was a mob, something moving here. No. Okay, so I already found the exit to level 3. That's just fine. But other than that, it looked pretty safe in here, and I might as well use the area then. I have an additional area where I can sort of flee to if I'm under pressure. And then we sort of found a nice treasure room here with some ugly mob inside, and there's a blade. I'm just gonna pick it up. including all this nice gold. And sometimes there could be an item on the ground as well. That's hard to see. Maybe even a ring. So you might as well just, you know, scout the room good, or yeah, the floors and stuff as well. But yeah, we have a little room to maneuver in now. I'm just cautiously moving ahead because I know before long we're gonna get ranged mobs, and they hurt a lot on a squishy mage. And as you can see now, the mobs, they're not all going down due to one hit anymore, depending on the spell you're using, of course. I do have my Holy Bolt as well. I might hit a bit harder on the skeletons and the zombies as well. So, all this mana that I have accumulated, it'll get legs to walk on really fast, now that I don't have the staff anymore.
Not enough mana.
So these mobs, they will, if they're hurt, they will sort of run back and scavenge on some of the other corpses in order to sort of regenerate their mana. The potion I found here, it will recover both health and mana. Yeah, sure, it's useful. But, yeah, I think I might as well just gonna use it. As if it was a mana pot. You can get them as full. That means you'll get full life and full mana. But as when they have this size, and I think it's a percentage of your total hit points. And as I don't really have many hit points, it's not that much worth to me as a sorcerer compared to, say, a warrior, where he will get his full life up. Or, well, not full when it's a small rejuvenation potion, but he will get more. A warrior will get way more out of this than a sorcerer. As I'm sure it's like I said, percentage of your total hit points. New buckler, probably, yeah, 4 armor. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna keep it for now. If it's the skeleton that are stronger, or if it's or if they have resist to fire, I do not know. But yeah, as you can see, they're taking. Let's see if I can melee this guy at all. By the way, the warrior hits way faster than this, and that's sort of his specialty. This would have hurt a lot if I got hit by it. I think it has to do something about the angle, about when things blow up. But that if I had taken a double explosion there, my hit points would pretty much be like very close to death. That's why you don't want, while you're doing, like I said in the previous level, you don't want to hit a barrel for that could potentially explode when there's a mob close to you. Yet another level up. Very, very nice. We are gonna go for the magic, so we are now at a mana pool of 118. Getting somewhere. Oh, and these shrines, by the way, they are sort of all over the dungeons, except in the caves. There are none there. But I just had to swallow the rest of my coffee. These shrines here, they are well, they are in 3 of the 4 zones, sort of. At least here, they are especially here in the first zone where I am right now, and in the next one as well. And they can vary from being extremely good to being extremely bad, actually. Some of them, I think I'll just take them when we get to some of them. I had actually printed sort of the shrines. You can find them on the net. So I'll never ever pick a shrine unless I know what it's for. So, like I said, I printed the shrines, and the religious one here, I'm just gonna find it. And we can test that it's actually true what it says. But a religious shrine will repair all my items. Sure, that's fine. I can take a repair, no problem. Just to show you. So, I don't think it will repair the items in my inventory. We can test it, but all the other items that I have equipped. And yeah, my shield and my mace here is losing durability, so let's just take it. So the shield got repaired, the mace got repaired, and actually the items in my inventory got repaired as well. That's kind of nice. Doesn't matter much with the items that I want to sell, because the blacksmith will... he doesn't... If an item has one durability on 99, he doesn't care. He will give you the same price for them. So, let's see. Okay. I think I'm gonna try my Holy Bolt spell here. Just to show you that I can probably one-shot these items. Not these items, but these goals, as you can see. And then this will not bite on these guys at all. I might as well do rest. Oh. High mana, buy mana. The goals here, I mean, are zombies or whatever they are, depending on their colors, I was about to say. They are slow movers, but heavy hitters. So when they actually sort of land a hit on you, it's gonna hurt a lot. And I'm changing, as you saw there, to Fire Bolt because, yeah, I'm pretty much out of mana. So what I should have done when I was up in town is I should have bought some mana pots. I'm gonna run out, I think, unless I find a staff or something that can help me.
Not enough mana.
I'm just gonna continue until I run out of mana, and we found something that quilted armor, yeah, it's a little bit better. Much more durability, so I'm gonna equip it instead. There are 3 pieces of armor, by the way, that you can see on your character. It's the cloth version, which this is still. And then you have the light plate, which have a certain sort of characterization. And then you have the heavy plate, which looks in a certain way. Okay, I just have to look in my spellbook. Holy Bolt 7 mana and Firebolt 6 mana. So I might as well, if the skeletons don't get one-shotted by the Holy Bolt, I might as well use the Firebolt because it costs a little less mana. And in here, by the way, is one of the sort of, you could call it a small boss. It's not a small thing to actually kill him. He's called the Butcher. Quite a nasty encounter, actually, especially when you're pretty sucky geared, as I am. Yeah, and you don't want 3 mobs sort of potentially hitting at you at the same time. So when I have multiple mobs sort of lined up on me to what's about to hit on me, then yeah. Oh, what's a small mana pot here? That's pretty nice. Oh. But you can see how fast I actually burned through my mana when the staff was sort of done. Just gonna increase my pool a bit. But the Butcher in here, I'm definitely not gonna open for him now. He won't attack you unless you open the door and sort of show him your light radius.
Not enough mana.
Okay, so I'm pretty much starving in mana here, and it definitely looks like I'm gonna have to go to town before too long. But the butcher is sort of a fight in itself, and for now there's definitely no reason to try and open up for him. Oh, I actually found an identify scroll. It's not terrible, really. I think I might save it, because I expect these items to be crap still. So I might as well just sell them, really. Oh, hello guys. Okay, with this little mana left, I definitely don't need more aggro than this. I think there was one mob left up here. Yeah. You can actually see exactly where the butcher is standing. He's standing right there in the middle of a pile of all his corpses here. So the butcher is always here at level 2. And there's actually another sort of mini boss called King Leoric. He's always at level 3. Sometimes you'll have to skip them, go down one level further, and then come back and kill them maybe. There is also a trick. It doesn't work with the King Leoric. He's very mobile and hits like a truck as well. He's really nasty, but they both are actually. If Butcher sort of gets a hold on me, then I'm dead. I mean, I'm not gonna get away from him because he hits me, and then I'll sort of get pulled back to him right away. One good thing about being in town, in order to get some mana, is that I can sell all this crap that I found still, and I'm accumulating a little bit of gold. 1800, not too bad. When you see the prices on mana and stuff, you'll know why that you need any sort of
Whoa! What can I do for you?
gold you can sort of scrape together here initially. Later I won't sort of bother with white items and stuff. The reason why I'm selling this item, even though it's a magical item, is that it will cost me 100 gold on my identify scroll to sort of identify it, find out what it's about, and typically items are really, really crappy here in the beginning, so there's no need to spend 100 gold to find out that an item is crap. You can get lucky with a very, very few items, let's say get plus 10 mana or something like that, but the reason why I'm just selling it is that the durability on this item is very low. It's 12 durability, and as you can see, the armor, the quilted armor that I found here, which has higher armor, has 30 durability, so I'm just going to repair this one.
What can I do for you?
I'd rather spend 53 on this item than identifying some crap for 100. I guess that goes without saying. Yeah, I could have healed as well, but I think we'll survive. Healing doesn't seem, as you can see, to be the problem here, really. Just gonna remove this. I pretty much just need one healing pot, and I'll keep it sort of in my panic number 1 slot here, but other than that I just need a lot of mana.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
And I'm tempted to buy a town portal scroll as well, but let's just see what other stuff she has. She has a scroll of firewall, and that'll become useful. I'm tempted to buy it actually, even though it's a lot of my money. And as you can see here, she even has a book for sale as well. But I'm gonna start out with filling up with a lot of mana. And yeah.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
No. I can sort of make up my mind if I want to buy the firewall scroll here. Okay. I'm not gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna buy some more mana.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
There we go. So you can see sort of the amount you'll get refilled. It's almost half, and as these cost 50, and a full mana will cost 150. This is often a better deal because you should probably sort of refill your mana before you reach 0 when you're playing. It's the same with healing. I sort of times when I played warrior in this game, I usually use half healing pots. I have full as well if I'm really under pressure, but usually I use the half because I tend to heal somewhat before reaching sort of critical level, you could say. We're just going down now to level 2 again, and yeah, up north here is where we're going. The reason why I wanted to buy the scroll of firewall, it wasn't the spell itself, because it's way more expensive if it was the book where I sort of have the spell permanently, like I have this firebolt. Is that there's a trick where you can kill Butcher. It's not you can easily get killed as well, so I would say it's not like it's idiot proof or anything, but this way you actually have a chance to
Not enough mana.
to kill him. Oh, and I accidentally used my healing pot. That's a little stupid, actually. Oh, I have others. You know what? I'm gonna put the healing pot here, and I won't tend to use it as a mana, because it's harder to reach the 8 button as how my fingers are put on my hand anyway. So I'm a little more sort of generous with you firing my spells now, because I have a lot of mana from my purchases in town, and the only reason why I could purchase all this mana is because I've been pretty, like I said, conservative with my money so far. Another full healing pot, that's nice. I'll take it as a reserve. There we go. And naturally I can clear stuff a little bit faster when I can sort of spray my firebolt here. There we go. I think, by the way, that this is supposed to symbolize your belt. So you can have so many potions in your belt, and the rest is sort of in your backpack, you could say. So that's why you have to refill now and then. There's the stack here. There's a book that dropped. I didn't see it, but I could hear it. That's a good reason not to sort of spray your spells, because if I'm spraying all over here, I won't hear where the book fell, but it fell up here somewhere. There it is. Book of Charge Bolt, not bad. That's the spell that I had initially as a staff. I'm just gonna use my level up here, and you guessed it, yeah, more mana. So I'm still pretty much at the same hit points that I started as level 1, and that will show before too long. So, Book of Charge Bolt, 25 magic to use it, and I had that by far. So I'm just gonna set up my spells again. So I got F5 is Firebolt, and you only got 4 hotkeys, by the way. So F6, F7. Yeah, we can go F8 and start. So I have 3 spells now, sort of all mobs that aren't immune to fire, good against undead, and my AoE spell, sort of electric damage, you could say. And then recharge, that's what I have to offer for the mobs. Ouch, and as you can see, that was fire hitting. Hurts a lot from the trap. Currently level 7, by the way. I think this is rather typical for all the classes here is that you're pretty much doing a fighting retreat all the time. And that's why it's good just as in Hardcore WoW to always have a sort of escape route when you're about to get overwhelmed by mobs or damage taken, then you pretty much know what direction to run every time. And it's also a good idea... Ow, that hurt. Okay, I'm gonna use a healing pot. It's also a good idea to...
Not enough mana.
There we go. It's also a good idea to... yeah, what was it I was about to say? What's a good idea? Well, it's a good idea to know which direction to run when you're taking a lot of damage or you're getting overwhelmed by mobs. Further, you can dump some of the aggro, as you get that by the famous light radius. Again, you can see that the way I'm going is... So when I'm going near this room, I know I said it before, but just to show you again, it will sort of get lighted up, and that's what's attracting the mobs. There's a doorway I could use, but I feel confident enough now not to do a full retreat. I'm just gonna clear these guys down here. There we go. Oh yeah, and here's sort of a decapitated body, and he can drop, or it can drop, gold and maybe items too. By the way, you can close the doors as well, I guess, unless they're blocked by body parts. And as I kill the mob, apparently here in the door, I cannot close it again. The scroll I got was a scroll of healing. Okay, fine. The club is so low value that I don't even want to carry it. Ow, just found a small healing pot, I'm gonna use it. But it's no wonder I'm taking this much damage, because, like I said before, I have... I still have the hit points of a level 1, even though I'm level 7, because I haven't sort of went up in vitality yet. You do get, every time I get a level as Sorcerer, I get 2 mana points by default. So from rising from level 6 to 7, I got 2 mana points and 1 hit point. And that's why I think I started out initially with 30 hit points, and now I have 36 due to my leveling. So again here, fighting retreat. When there are that many, I can spam a little bit with my spells. I'm pretty much guaranteed to hit anything, even if I've missed the first mob, I'm probably gonna hit the one behind. And we have a full clear here as well. In this end of the map anyway. So far things are going fairly smooth. I was about to say something that sounded like I'm bragging, but I'm not. But I'm pretty content with my own gameplay so far. Like I said, I haven't played this game in, I think, almost 4 years. So I was a bit rusty, and the controls itself, where you have to sort of, instead of, you're clicking differently than you do in World of Warcraft. So it was a little bit hard to get used to this sort of mechanic. Whereas there's just a different feel to it, but I'll get it fast, of course. Oh, very, very nice. So this was the second investment that I was thinking about when I was in town. Just gonna kill the mobs here, and I can show you what it's all about. Scroll a town portal. If I right-click it, just as any other scroll or spell book, a portal will come where I click it, and I can then go up to town, do my business, and then come down exactly where I left. If there's a lot of mobs around you, the mobs will just be parked around you still, so it can be sort of a suicide if you're under pretty high pressure and then leaves, and you should definitely not go down that same portal again. Alrighty. This will be a typical room for if there was some kind of hidden item somewhere, but there wasn't. Final room to clear here, I think. Alright, so these sort of pedestrials or library book, it says it can either be a scroll, typically is, scroll of healing, fine, or it can actually be a book, whereas the bookcase here will always give you a book. And I got a book of healing. It's not too bad actually, because then I can actually heal myself now. I don't have to be reliable on potions and healing scrolls and whatever. Let's see, how far are we to level? Pretty far, so I'm just gonna drink this as well. Alright. And even though, as you can see, I filled up a lot of mana when I was in town, it's getting used nice and steady, even though we got one refill here. So, from what I can see, I have a full clear now. I still don't have enough sort of spell power and spells in general to be able to kill the butcher. So I'm just gonna go down and then come back and pick him up. I'll promise you I'll try and take the fight in this episode. So it's not like I'm coming back as level 15 trying to be some kind of honcho and one-shot him or something like that. But he's definitely a challenge. Doesn't matter if you're level 7 or level 10. If he gets to you as a sorcerer, you're dead. You're not gonna get away from him. So he's not a pushover at all, I'll tell you that much. I gotta actually, even though Leoric is kind of worse, due to he's much more mobile, much more intelligent, you could say. He can sort of, he's better at sort of going through a labyrinth to get you. But I have a holy bolt spell that's quite effective against him. So if I first can get him in the right angle and start shooting at him, things will be looking pretty good. And he's here at level 3, by the way. He usually has a horde of skeletons with him, and the good thing, what you have to do at this current level is you have to kill all his minions first, otherwise it's hopeless to fight him. But it's a suicide mission, really. Okay, I almost died there because I was very low on hit points. I've got 14 hit points left. Yeah, I might as well just use a scroll. I have them. There we go. If I had hit the other barrel and it was explosion 2, I would have died. Probably because I lost 22 hit points and I had 14 left. So I'm just gonna rearrange my spells. I'm gonna go healing, offensive 1, offensive 2. And actually town portal, I think. So this way I have an escape route where I can sort of get away with my town portal. I shouldn't be needing other than these spells actually. I just have to get a feel for them again because they are of course different than before. And as I know that the Auric is here on level 3, I'm advancing really slowly. There's actually a bookcase down here, so I want to get that first. One thing that can give away Leoric is that he's a sort of a boss, mini-boss you could say. Where Diablo is the boss, then he's the mini-boss that's like Butcher. An additional book. Very nice treasure room here for a mage. But as he is a mini-boss, he will show up on the map as a light, you could say. I'll maybe I can show you when we get to him, by the way.
I cannot carry anymore.
Okay. So we got 2 books, a book of heal other, and the reason, or not the reason, or how the mechanics are with these, as you can with the books. I have heal other, spell level 1, from another book of heal other that I found. I'm not gonna use the spell really, but it's just to show you how the mechanics are. At spell level 1, I can heal a player. You can't see the amount, but let's say I can heal another player for 50 hit points. And it costs 19 mana. When I get a new book here, I have now currently spell level 2. The mana cost has been reduced, and I will probably heal him for maybe 55 or 60 hit points. That's how it works. The other way with damage spells, they will be cheaper, and then you'll do more damage. So it's always nice to sort of upgrade your spells. Let's see what's in here. Oh, big. This is really big, guys. Book of Firewall. Wow, I'm amazed. I wanted to buy a scroll of Firewall, and it costed 400 gold in town. And now I found the book, so I'm actually able to cast a spell when I like. I don't need it that much in this area here, but I can use it against the Butcher, and it's very helpful in the next area, in the Catacombs actually. Then we got an Eldritch Shrine. I just have to look at my I was about to say my papyrus or something like that, but I actually printed all these shrines here because it would be annoying to take the wrong shrine. It can really be devastating. You can lose like say 10% of your mana forever, and when that happens, you can pretty much just delete your character. It'll be crappy for endgame, that's for sure. So let's see, Eldritch Shrine, Crimson and Azure becomes the sun, it's what it says, and it will change all my potions into rejuvenation potions. And it's okay, as you can see here, all my potions, including the ones that I have, became golden. So what do you know? Not too bad, because now they just act as a healing potion as well. So I'm kind of tempted to go up and deal with the Butcher now. So I need the Butcher to come down to this. It's the only way I can handle him is have him getting stuck here in where you get down to level 3. And that may sound easy, but it's actually not, because he reacts to your light radius and you don't want him to get too close to you. If he hits me once, then I'm almost like 90% dead, I'd say, because I just can't get away from him. What I could do actually is I'm tempted to make a portal in order to, if things go wrong, then I can maybe get into the portal. I think I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna put up a port here, so if things are going badly, then I can get inside the port. I had another one, and that's why I'm in a spending mood here, you could say. There we go. So when I open the door, he's gonna get aggro, and that's when the show starts. He starts up there, and the worst thing you can do is open the door and then go up here, because then he'll just stand here, and then you have to get in closer in order to get aggro from him. So the best thing is if he can see you pretty much all the time. Yeah, so I think I screwed this up a little bit. Come on, bro. You almost got me there. And he's definitely too close for comfort right now. I think at the corners here, I can sometimes sort of win an inch or two. But okay. As you can see here, he's a little bit stupid, fortunately. More stupid than me, you could say. Let's see if he follows. He did, perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm a little bit nerve-wracked right now, I can feel that. I'm gonna dance around this sort of exit. And I actually got him stuck here right away. You can still screw this up. But oh. And, oh. Okay, I need to go a little bit over here. The problem here is that... Okay, stand still, please, dude. Yeah, I want him to stand still. He's standing still now. Okay, everything's secure now. The problem that I couldn't move freely, because if I clicked on this, then I would go up. And then I'm not sure about how Butcher would react. But as you can see here, the Butcher, he's, it's an ugly demon, and he has some resistances and some immunities. So I could pretty much blow all my mana. He's resistant to fire, but Fire Wall, the spell that I just got from the book, it'll annihilate him. It simply makes, as you can see, Wall of Fire, and each time he's moaning, he's taking damage. All this damage, each time he moans, that would be the same as hitting him, I guess, with
The spirits of
the
the
firebolt
dead are now avenged.
And he would be chopping. He would probably almost one-shot me with my current hit points. So I'm just gonna pick up whatever loot he gave me. Yeah. Let's see. You know what? You know what would be really smart? Is that now that I had cast the town portal anyway, I might go up to town and do my business up there anyway. I have an identified scroll and I'm pretty tempted to use it. Let's go. +7 magic. That's actually huge, even though the armor is crap, but I prefer to have the extra mana. So I'm going from 142 to 156. And Butcher and King Leoric, they will typically drop items that are a little bit better than average for this level, and +7 to magic is pretty huge. I have to repair my my cape, of course, but I'm just gonna sell the crap that I had otherwise. So I'm gonna repair my hat and my new armor found. And not the club, it doesn't matter. And then the witch can sort of buy some all this stuff here as well. We are currently at 1500 gold. May sound like a lot, but yeah, it's decent. But yeah, you can never. Well, in the beginning here of the game, you can never have enough gold. There's so much you can use gold on, really. And I'm really, really lucky.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
The Book of Firewall. It will, by the witch here, I think it will cost like 6,000 gold, so it just shows you how much it's actually worth. I think that was about it. No, it wasn't. So, Scroll of Healing, Town Portal, keep that. Scroll of Healing and Phasing. Okay, fine.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Just want to sell those 3 scrolls and we are back down. See if we can find the Auric. There we go. Done shopping. So spells, yeah, still healing, firebolt, holy bolt. It should bring me through Leoric as well. Leoric you can trick like I did the Butcher there. He's much more mobile, so and less stupid. I think I dropped one single rejuvenation potion. There we go. Yeah. Bye bye Butcher and bye bye level 2. Level 3 here we come. Oh. And level 3 was right next to, where he's actually floating around here. You can see even in death he's sort of lighting up this spot here. Yeah. I think I'm gonna clear the area up here first. There's still something missing. I can see there's a closed door down here, so I'm missing a part down here. Ouch. Yeah, okay, and that was the last bit that I needed, actually. You know what? I think I'm gonna pick up the quilted armor here as well. Because those 12 durability, they could go, if a couple of mobs get to me, they can go down pretty fast, and then I would have some other armor that I could equip. If your item gets completely broken, it's lost. Keep that in mind. Oh, and there was actually an extra book here that I think I forgot to pick up. Same procedure really that We are currently talking mana 19 for the healing spell, and that will become less. It's 16 mana now, and the spell is more powerful. So always worth sort of reading more books. I think we got the big guy here actually. He's actually standing in a pretty favorable position here. As you can see, I'm pretty much stun locked. Just went down like butter.
Leoric.
I was really lucky with the position there because he was kind of stuck due to all his own minions here. So he couldn't move when I sort of engaged him. Normally he will sort of keep sort of running around you and stuff, and it's rather hard to hit as a ranged. As a melee as well, as warrior at this point he's a pain in the butt really. Hello guys. But I'm pretty lucky I had this really nice doorway to fight him in, and like I said he got stuck in his own minions, so he was pretty much prepared to shoot them. Which it will not be normally, but yeah, I'll take ease mode too when it sort of gets thrown at me. Yeah. And we even got level 2, very nice. I think you already guessed what I'm going up in. When I can get a little peace and quiet to do so. There we go. More magic, yes please. Alright, so let's see. Small axe, no. Oh, battle axe. The battle axe is what the good Leoric dropped for me. Quite a wild item, but like I said, the Butcher and Leoric, they can drop sort of pretty cool items for their level. So that'll be worth identifying and selling as well, as I will be nowhere near 65 strength. Maybe when I'm max level, something like that. And I think I might even no, I can't even equip this one. So I want... this has more damage, 1 to 10, and the one I have is 1 to 6, but again, you need more strength. 26 strength in order to carry this one. So, yeah, this turned out really a little bit of ease mode to me. Like I said, because Leoric got stuck in his own minions. Otherwise, normally he's very mobile and very annoying to hit as a ranged. So I've been blessed so far. I even got a very nice item from Butcher that I could use. The fire that you can see, by the way. Just gonna show you. Oh, you can see it up to the north of me here. It will keep... Well, it'll do a little damage to you. Maybe more than a little, but it's not that lethal as it looks. Maybe I'm just gonna go close, and as you can see, his hit points are now 37. Let's see how much it takes when you're standing on it. 2 hit points per... Oh, he's moaning quite a bit about it. So yeah, in a very particular way that are sort of from this kind of fire damage. Just spamming spells here because I'm a little of a risky position using the fire behind me, sort of. So I didn't want to get hit by, say, 2-3 mobs here while I was being sort of burned on top. Alrighty. And sort of any break you have, you should sort of replenish your belt. Back to my precious doorway here. Alright, so... Oh. One chest here. I'm just gonna look this a little thorough. Like I said, there can be even blue items lying around in a room like that. So, almost done here on level 3. I'm gonna take a little more burn damage here. Yeah. That's right. Looks like it's up north here. Oh, and here's actually another mini-boss, this guy, Gortong. Yeah, sure. He's gonna get some holy bolt. And as you can see, there's sort of some undead mob, like the Auric. He doesn't like this sort of... yeah, he doesn't like this sort of holy damage. Quite an interesting staff here. Especially if it gives something to, yeah, additional mana points really. This is a long hallway. Yeah, I was just looking if I was close to level, but I'm not, so I'm gonna drink here and make a little additional room while I'm drinking. Hello. But just as I'm sort of stunning the mobs when I'm hitting them, they can stun me when they're hitting me. Which, as you can see, happened there. I'm even making some kind of knockback on him. Running low on mana for a change. Which reminds me that I could actually use the staff that I have. Maybe not right now because I'm surrounded by mobs. But it was a staff of charged bolt, so why not use it? Let's see. So I'm gonna go, yeah, healing, charge bolt. So I have to change pretty much as I'm using this as my rotation. Then I think I'm gonna go holy bolt and then recharge stave. There we go. See how many I have left. I have 40 charges left.
I have no room.
Very effective spell here when you have these open spaces and a lot of mobs coming against you. It's a good AoE spell or area of effect. Have to take care not to use many of the shortcuts, you could say, in my language. So I didn't get too close sort of the gateway here, and it's okay. These mobs aren't that bad because they sort of flee all the time when someone is killed. And while the last mob is maybe trying to decide if we want to get in here, I'm just gonna loot his space here. So let's see how many charges. We got 8 left. It's always a bit of a bummer, or a big bummer, to sort of run out of charges when you're surrounded by mobs, and I don't want that to happen. So again here,
Do not have a spell ready, not enough mana.
Oh. And that pretty much came along with that. While I was doing my fighting retreat, I could then recharge my stave without getting hit by the mob, so that was kind of perfect. About the items, by the way, that can drop. I think we got white, which is the lowest quality and is a non-magical item. Then we got blue, which is a magical item, and then we got, I think, yellow or gold, sort of, and they are sort of. I actually forgot what they're called. I think they're called unique. So another shrine, and I'm looking up in my papyrus here, my old. Papers, and let's see, magical. It actually casts a mana shield on me. As I really haven't got much mana. Well, I might as well go full mana here. It doesn't matter much. This is how mana shield looks like, and any sort of damage taken now will be absorbed by the mana shield. Too bad I didn't get this shrine on the next level, because it's not worth much now. I just need to clear a little bit of a corner here up north. Yeah, and the gold can be a little bit hard to see sometimes when it's lying in a rubble of old bones and stuff. So we got a rare mob, the guy in the middle, and his minions there. As you can see, the minions will sort of they will stay close to the boss, really. Just recharging the stave. This is Bongo, guys, and Bongo is down. There you go. It's probably not worth identifying, even though it came from this boss, because even if it was a good item, it only has 6 durability, and that's really, really crappy. Meaning that it can break like in an instant almost. Alrighty. I think we're almost clear here. And that's pretty perfect, because the exit down to level 4 is right next to us where we sort of ended, so that was kind of lucky as well. I'm just gonna scroll around with the arrow keys to see if I did a complete clear. And I did, from what I see anyway. So let's go down. And my mana shield would disappear. As you can see now, no mana shield. if you're into lore and stuff, these realms you can always click
praises
them.
to
if you-
Diablo.
Blah blah blah. I'm not that much into lore, so I'm just gonna let it slide. Scroll of Inferno, I'm not gonna use that, nor am I healing. I have to remember, by the way, that I haven't got my Scroll of Town Portal as a hotkey now. Ooh. Flail, alrighty. I'm actually gonna throw this away. I don't think it's worth anything. Mainly because the basic item is pure crap. Oh, and here we got something interesting. Not in a good way, by the way.
Do not have a spell ready.
These the yellow goals there. When they hit you, you will use 1 hit point permanently. Like, yeah, forever. And so you don't want to get hit by those. I'm just gonna shift to Holy Bolt. They don't like Holy Bolt though. So they're gonna get some of that. And it's these guys I'm talking about. Warrior's Worst Nightmare, Black Death. Like I said, if they hit you, you'll lose 1 hit point permanently. You'll take damage as from any other mob, but on top of that, you'll use 1 hit point permanently. I just have to... Yeah. I don't think this is a valid setup, so I'm probably gonna go up to town here. It's a bit... With these guys around, and I don't want... Even as a sorcerer, I don't want to lose 1 hit point permanently. I'm gonna... probably get rid of the staff here, and because I don't want all this recharge and stuff, I'd like to have sort of permanent spells.
Hello,
that I can
my
deal
friend.
With. I'm just
Stay
gonna
a while and
identify
listen.
the staff here. Yeah, sure. It'll give me some flame damage if I use it as melee, which I'm not. Warrior Staff of Radiance, quite interesting, including 40% light radius. If you have 40% additional light radius, it's actually not an advantage because mobs will then get aggro maybe before you would like it. But other than that, the Warrior's prefix here with 11% to hit and 64 damage is quite good. This axe drop from King Leoric. The flail I'm just gonna identify well, it's crap, and the staff, not staff, but the club was very poorly as well. It'll bring some money, I think.
Whoa, what can I do
Just gonna
for
sell
you?
them. Yeah. Let's see. So I'm actually going to equip my old gear, not to sort of confuse myself, you could say, with the staff that I have to recharge now and then. I'm just going to see. I actually have a town portal left. That's nice. And I even have an identifier, but should probably have kept that one. The rest is stuff I can sell, I think. Yeah.
Whoa,
So,
what
let's
can I do
repair.
for you?
No, I'm not gonna use 390 bucks on repairs on the staff that I'm about to sell. That would be almost the worst kind of expense ever. But I'm gonna fill up with normal mana, and then I'm gonna use healing as I have here. I'm just gonna set up my hotkeys. Healing, Firebolt, and then Holy Bolt and Town Portal. That's what I need for now.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
So the staff, best item so far, I think. Maybe the axe gave me more. The one from King Leoric. Yeah, that's it. So I'm just gonna buy. Let's see if I'm lucky. She has some kind of useful book. Oh, damn! She actually has a book of Mana Shield. That would have been really, really grand. But I'm 3,000 short. But it just shows that she actually has them. I think I might buy this book of Firebolt though. I'd spend $1,000 on that one. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna fill up with mana here. I'm simply just filling up my inventory. And as usual with the books, You can see here that my current Firebolt spell is level 2, 6 mana, 12 to 21 damage. And now it's 5 mana, 13 to 22 damage. And that's how spells really work. Eventually, when I get some of the category 2, 3, and 4, especially 3 and 4, the basic spell cost of these powerful spells will be huge. And a class like the Warrior will struggle to be able to cast just one of these spells, which is pretty much going to be my workhorse later on in the game. Say Fireball. Oh, got pretty much instant level there. Oh, and a ring, guys. So I don't want these guys to get too close to me. And a ring, that's fairly rare to get a ring this early. I'm just gonna identify it. I actually had an identify. Ooh, that's pretty huge. Plus 15 mana. Not bad, guys. So I'm currently at, I'm just gonna level up, 180 mana and 195. So good loot. Very good loot. At this level, you can also sort of be cheated, cheated, but you could get disappointed and get an item that's really crappy. Okay, so we got some kind of special mob here. With minions as well. This guy Mad Eye is dead. We're fine. Got a good spot here for fighting him. He dropped a skull cap.
I have no room.
I'll take it, defo. Well, actually, the one that got dropped here, it has 3 armor. The other has 2, but not much durability. So I'm just gonna pick up this one. And gonna refill my mana here. So I heard one of those. Oh, there's another magic item here. I heard one of those yellow guys here just before. Yeah, there's a ton of them there. I don't want to have them too close to me. But it's a bit hard when I'm fighting here in the doorway. There could be one of these yellow guys just around the corner. Doesn't look like it though, because the mob that I just killed, he could sort of walk freely here. But actually there was a lot of them, as you can see. And losing one hit point may not sound of much, but trust me, in-game wise, you want any sort of hit points and mana points to bring along with you. So there's one of them left here, actually 2. And these yellow guys are actually sort of the biggest threat, so I'm just gonna try to mainly dodge them. But as you can see at the doorways, they are your friend, and yeah, that won't last forever, because eventually there won't be any doorways further down. But for now, you should definitely use them, all the chances you get in the beginning here. Refilling my belt. I think there's one of those yellow guys left. Yeah. And now we got a real sort of foothold here. Just gonna see if I can. Yeah, I can't. This shield is definitely, small shield is better than a buckler that I have at the moment. There we go. Armor-wise, normally, so that would have been an upgrade, but I'm not going. I'm not gonna spend any point in strength. It's all mana. I would have to find an item that was really, really good in order for me to go up in strength, actually. And Replenish belt. Lots of these yellows. Black Death here. And good old fighting retreat. But now it's sort of a little bit more advanced, say, because I'm sort of changing spells. And while doing this, I sort of had to listen to the items that dropped. I could hear a bow, but I found it, and there was some gold there, hidden behind this coffer here. Doesn't seem to have dropped any items up here. And almost got too far in there because it was almost like the mob sort of locked me in there. That's why usually if you want to sort of investigate a room where it's a bit hard to see what's in there, just go do a sneak peek and then out instantly before some mob sort of blocks your retreat, really. Here it wasn't necessary, there wasn't all that many mobs. There we go. So we got these sort of Black Death guy again, and when I sort of hug the wall here, they will sort of, they're a bit easy to shoot, but they will come to me in the shortest line possible, meaning straight ahead. There we go. And here was an item just lying around idly. Like I said, these rooms, it's always worth to, you know, scroll your mouse a bit like back and forth like that. There might be, a sword was easy to see, and so we'll say an axe or something like that, but say a leather armor or something like that can be pretty hard to see, really. Interestingly enough here, he actually blocked this damage from the barrel, the fire damage trap, you could say. He blocked it with his shield. So even mage can block a little bit with the shield. But yeah, I'm still... Oh, just missed the map. I'm still only running around with hit points of, say, a level 2. And you could say, well, it doesn't look that bad, but that's because I'm trying to keep my distance all the time. Trust me, if 2 of these mobs here are chewing at me on the same time, I won't have many hit points for long. So, with a sort of vast open area in front of me, I try not to have any mobs behind me, so I get any nasty sort of surprises. These mobs, when they take damage, they go and scavenge on corpses lying around here to replenish their life, and then they come back to you when they are probably on full life again. One of them just did there, you see, was scavenging. So, level 10 guys. Things are going fast, and magic as usual, and we have a total mana pool now of 207 mana, which is pretty good. Mainly due to this incredibly nice ring, and the nice cape we got from the butcher. Not to mention that I have a couple of blue items that I can identify when I get back to town. This is down to level 5. It's the next sort of zone. And we will be done here in the cathedral. By the way, the red skeletons here, they are resists fire. So that's why I changed to Holy Bolt instead of just keep banging my fire damage firebolt spell. I can go down there fast just to show you that you can see instantly that this is a different kind of environment. I'm just going back up again. Yeah, my plan is to, and it still is to clear the cathedral here.
I have no room. I have no room.
Okay, fair enough. I do. So, a Staff of Inferno. I'm not gonna use Inferno. It's like, I can show you actually. It's a bit of an annoying spell, and it's hard to say how much of this fire damage the mobs actually sort of, yeah, take really. Where did I drop my mace? There we go. Alright. Just double checking that I still have my the setup hotkeys that I set up after I sort of click the start. Again, fighting the tree here. And another boss here. Definitely fighting the tree. Let's see if I can funnel them in here, because it'll be easy to hit them. And I definitely don't want to be surrounded by them. As usual with the boss and his minions, the minions will typically stay fairly close to the boss. And the boss he lost aggro to me now due to this light radius aggro functionality or whatever you would call it. So I can sort of re-engage him now. I'm just gonna see if the other guys dropped any interesting loot. Not really. So he's kind of stuck up there. Fine by me. And he dropped a spike club, fine. The spike club is 18 strength, I currently have 15. So let's say that I identify this club and it has like plus 10 mana, then I will probably use 5 strength in order to equip say plus 10 mana staff instead of the one that I currently have. Just as an example of when I would actually go up in strength as a sorcerer. I dropped the book. I could hear it. It's right there, and it's actually
I cannot carry anymore.
Book of Fireball, that's kind of nice, and a Book of Heal Other, which is pretty crappy. Let's see, guys. Just gonna drop this. And with the spells, as usual, you can see here we are talking 5 mana, 14 to 23 damage. And 5 mana, 15 to 24 damage. So I'm not getting any sort of mana reduction, only additional damage. And these guys resist fire, so switching to Fireball. And these yellow guys, yeah, I have huge respect for them. Like I said, even as a sorcerer, I don't want to lose any hit points permanently. There we go. I'm just going AFK for 2 seconds, guys. Alright, I'm back. So I had some guy at the door for a delivery, and yeah, it's dealt with. So that's a good thing about Diablo compared to, say, Hardcore WoW, is that you can use your town portal scroll, and I'll get it eventually as a spell to sort of get to safety. Whereas in Hardcore WoW, you know, even say on my druid there was a stealther, I didn't like to just, you know, stealth and then be AFK. You never knew if some mob would accidentally by patrol walk into you and then you could come back and be dead. It would be a pretty crappy way to die. So, like I said, eventually when I get my town portal spell, not the scrolls that I have here, which I have to sort of be a little bit, yeah, conservative with using, not to spend too much, is, yeah, then I can go to town easily. So, I think we cleared most of it actually. Yeah, there's something left down here, definitely. Just gonna scroll the rest of the map, but it seems, yeah, I cleared fully elsewhere, I think. Okay, so I have to go all this way around and come down here, and then I can get in there. There's a closed door here, down there as well, symbolized by this sort of light square, you could say. It can symbolize it symbolizes a door that can be opened. So this door was open because we've been fighting here before, and I've opened it. And you have the other door here that I haven't been opening yet. No one home. Oh yeah, and sometimes these potion or stuff that's lying on the ground will bug. This, for instance, I can't pick it up. And then after a while, I think it just disappears. I might have picked it up now and it ended there, I don't know. But sometimes I know for a fact that they will disappear. You just simply can't pick up these items. Anyway, nothing down here. There seems to be something a little above though. Oh, and about my sound quality, it's maybe not the best, but I'm actually speaking better than...
I have no room.
Not better than loud, but louder than normally. I have to buy. I've just bought some stuff in order to boost my microphone. Actually, preamp stuff. It all sort of started with the Windows update where my microphone got completely screwed. But yeah, I think I told a bit about it before. But ouch. But now I'm at a spot where I simply have to use a preamp to boost my microphone with, I think it's 25 decibels, something like that is standard. Right now I'm speaking louder than I feel like speaking normally. It's okay, but yeah, and it's just not. It doesn't feel normal to speak higher than you pretty much do normally. It feels like I'm semi-shouting compared to my normal sort of speaking volume. And that's one thing. The other thing is that I'm pretty much eating the microphone right now. I'm trying to stay really close to it in order to, not to mention that everything is turned up to max, my volume. But that's how it is. So stuff is in the mail, things will improve. I haven't heard this video yet, but I have a little bit of a fear that it sounds pretty terrible when I'm not speaking louder than I feel like speaking. So what I wanted to say is that things will improve. There we go. And that was the last mob of today, I think, guys. Yeah. Actually, you can see now what happens when you have to get to a guy at the door and you use your final town portal spell, because then you have to go all the way up. And benefits of that is finding gold that you forgot to pick up. It's not that hard. It's actually interesting how much I sort of, even though I think I'm really thorough, seem to skip so far 2 stacks of gold. Current status is 12,700 gold. That's pretty good, by the way. With the items that I have in my inventory, I might be in range to. Oh, and there's a book there.
Where would I put this?
Unbelievable. I seem to be skipping quite a bit. So, not on purpose. Definitely not on purpose. So, charge bolt. Let's do it again. As you can see, current status, level 1, 6 mana, 1 to 22 damage. And now it's still 6 mana and 1 to 22 damage. I think the difference is that it will make an additional bolt. But you can't see that out of the texture, but always there will be some kind of small advantage. So this alone was, say, worth going back up to scavenge on my own leftovers. And we got up to level 1 here. Easy peasy. And then, yeah, I remember up to town is really close by. But usually I do sort of these 4 levels, also for the videos not to become too long. I could probably do 4 more, but I sort of lose my concentration eventually, I guess. If I play too long. So it seems the 4 levels are good, and in the next video I'm gonna try to do the caves, the next sort of area. But for now, let's see what you do after you could say a successful raid. I think I wanna identify everything I have actually, because it's pretty good sort of basic items, like this sword for instance is a pretty good item. So if it has some kind of useful stat on it,
hello, my friend.
then
Stay a while and listen. Hello, my friend.
It'll be worth quite a bit.
Stay a while and
So
listen.
let's identify. 48% armor, yeah, sure, it's better than what I had. Deadly sword, vicious club. Extra damage. Okay, nothing that fantastic, but I can assure you that these items will sell for a bit more than normal. Normally I will get, say, maybe 200 gold for the sword. Now I get 875, and I invested only 100 to get here, so that's kind of nice. Vicious Club, yeah. This was hardly worth it, as I used 100 to sell, and now I can sell it for 175. Same here, only 50 bucks extra. The helmet. Apparently I got 2. This is 3 armor plus 48% of 3. That's probably 4.5 armor. Let's see, his armor class is 13, so it should be like, I don't know, 15, 16, 15. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. Further, it has increased durability, 15, and we got 20 here. So it's slightly better.
What can I do for you?
I'm gonna sell the old and repair my helmet and my chest. I'm not gonna repair the staff. I'm just gonna sell it. So, yeah. Even though it's sort of a magical item, it's the blacksmith that sort of repairs it. The witch will recharge it for you, though, if needed. I could use it. It has 27 charges, but to be honest, the next area is rather challenging, so I don't want to be messing too much around with my spells. And now I can afford mana, so I'm just going to sell this staff. It gave me 170. This means that I will not have enough money for or gold for a book of Banner Shield would be definitely the best book I could get. It costs 16,000, so I could save my money for now, but I'm definitely going to buy a town portal spell. This way I can always get back here to the witch, and we could see if she has anything else. Book of Stone Curse. I'll take the spell when I get there, but it can be useful as well as a defensive measure. But for now, I think I'm just gonna, let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna fill up my inventory.
I sense a soul in search of answers. I sense a soul in search of answers.
And you could say, but isn't that kind of stupid? Because then now we haven't got room for anything. Yeah, so if I find something initially, I won't have room for it. But trust me, these mana pots here, they will evaporate really fast. So you might as well just fill up your inventory really from this stage on. So I'm gonna go down to the caves, guys. It doesn't really matter, but because when you start the game, you'll always log in somewhere else. But I can show you where you actually get into the caves, and that's where I'm gonna be next time. I could go down, or no, it's not the caves, sorry, it's the catacombs. Catacombs is the next zone. So without further ado, guys, and I can't wave or anything, so it's just gonna be goodbye. We managed to get level 10, not too bad, close to level 11. Items will be the same next time. Crab, semi-crab, semi-crab, decent and decent, because I get extra mana. So, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, notabene here is that I plan to play another game that's something completely different from this and World of Warcraft as well. But I have to get my microphone in order first, that's for sure, as it's gonna be Discord and stuff. But you'll figure it out eventually. So, see you in the next video. Take care, bye-bye. Okay, as you can see, it's rather clumsy to get out of this, but